Lone Berserker playing Lusitani? Hell yeah. Hey guys, what's up? Lone Berserker here. This is a commentary 4 versus 4. We are using the bigger map mod to make larger battlefields larger. I'm playing as the Lusitani. My allies are Carthage, Epirus, and Egypt. We're going up against Bactria, Aravaki, Rome, and RDA, which is probably the worst matchup for me because I'm the Lusitani. I have 2 Cantabrian Cav, 3 Lusitani Guerrillas. I'll explain them. 1 Iberian Sword, 3 Slingers, 4 Iberian Slingers, 1 Balearic, 3 Scrutarii Cav, I think 4 Veteran Shield Warriors, and 2 Lusitani Nobles. My ally Carthage has 3 Late Libyans, 3 Balearics, yes. Gallic Warriors, Italian Swords as a front line. And he's got 2 Nobles in the back, 4 Carthaginian Cav, and an Elephant. Epirus has 3 Thessalians, I think 1 Italian, 1 Hellenic, 1 Molossian Dog. I think a mix of Italians, Samnites, Pikes, and Etruscans. Yes, and then 4 Slingers. Then Egypt has 3 Thraeus Spears, 3 Egyptian Slingers, what the hell? 5 Thorax Swords, a Galatian Royal Guard, another Levy Thraeus, 2 Citizen Cav, a Ptolemaic Cav, and 2 Tarentines, and 1 Galatian Sword. This is a really weird Egyptian army. Bactria has 3 Horse Archers. Think, where's the other one? Maybe 1 Thraeus Spear? 2 Thraeus Spears. I think 4 Bactrian Noble Cav, 1 Royal Cav. Looks like 3 Hillmen, 5 Thorax Swords, 1, 2, 3, 4 Thorax Swords, and 3 Eastern Slingers. Aravaki has 3 Iberian Spears, 3 Scrutarii, 2 Noble Fighters, 4 Scrutarii, no, 5 Scrutarii, 3 Iberian Slingers, 2 Nobles, 2 Celt-Iberian Cav, and 1 Cantabrian Cav. Rome has 3 Syrians, and I think 1 Slinger, yes. 4 Legionaries, 4 Vigiles, 4 Avocati, 3 Saki Equites, and a Legatus. RDA has 3 Slingers, 4 Axe Warriors, 2 Marines, I think, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 Nobles, regular Hublete, 1 Celtic, 2 Illyrian Cav, and 3 Tarentines. Alright, this is gonna get hectic real fast, and I'm not gonna be able to keep up with it, so I'll do my best, but I'll probably focus the majority of the time on my battle. Now, explaining the Lusitani Guerrillas, so with the thought process of them, as you can see, they're just in my front line, they're not, like, behind my enemy or anything. The thought process with them is they have the same javelin technique that mercenary Iberian swords do for, they act like a lighter Thraeus Spear, a worse Thraeus Spear, basically. So that was my thought process with them. And I thought if I was going up against any faction here, well, except Bactria, but any of these 3 factions, I thought the Lusitani Guerrillas would be excellent in combat, and you'll see they actually are. You're going to see me pivot my army too, right as my opponent gets near me, because I wasn't lined up, I wasn't paying attention, and I was too busy microing over here. So I needed to get in a better formation. He's going to get a ton of free shots on me. So yeah, you'll see me move again, because I wanted to make our lines even. I had way too many units facing off against Rome. It wouldn't have played out well for me if that fight happened. And I am going to get shot. Now, a blessing here from my opponent is he only had 2 Marines. I thought he was going to have like 4 or 5, because usually RDA does have 4 or 5 Marines, especially if they're in the center. Over here, I think there's a huge Cav fight going on. This Bactrian player has very much so extended himself and is losing a ton of Cav here. This is a good win for Egypt. Wow, that was actually a really good play. He's pinning down these Bactrian nobles. He's killed a bunch of horse archers, and he's got this Thraeus Spear out where it doesn't want to be. So he's going to do a ton of damage to Bactria early on. That's a good win for Egypt. Rome is moving forward here. Rome will fairly easily beat these skirmishers. At least they should. I tried to move forward with my gorilla to throw javelins. I wasn't able to, so I'm gonna pull them back. I'm gonna turn my volume down here. I'm gonna pull them back, run up a Scrutarii Cav. RDA doesn't want to take this fight because all they have is a Celtic warrior here, and that my veteran shield warrior will easily crush them. And my Scrutarii Cav is way better than his Illyrian Cav. So as you can see, we're all just skirmishing here. For me, I have 5 slingers, so I can afford to skirmish like this, and RDA really can't. They need to get up in here as aggressively as possible. And my 1 Balearic slinger is actually doing a really good job. Usually, as a Lusitania, I like to bring 3 Balearics and 2 slingers, 2 regular Iberian slingers, but in this case I didn't have the money to, so I just settled with 1 Balearic and 4 regular. I'm going to do the same thing again. You can see I'm able to throw javelins from a distance here. I'm not going to get any off, sadly. Yeah, that was the second time I tried, and I'm just going to pull up here with my units. And actually, this is where the fight starts. I forgot. So the fight is starting on my side with this little cavalry engagement. He'll win initially against the guerrillas, but over time, because they're a spear unit and I have my Scrutarii Cav in there, will win. Coming up with the Celtic warriors, though, that was a really good move, and he's going to do a lot of good damage to my Scrutarii Cav. I'm going to get my gorilla out of there. I'm going to get both of them out of there, because now I'm coming with the veteran shield warrior, but the problem is he's got this marine here. This is going to be the problem. This is exactly what I was afraid of fighting against RDA, is these marines are going to rack up tons of kills on my veteran shield warrior if I let them. Now I have an option here, either to charge and expose my unit or run and expose my unit. So I decide to run, thinking that's the better move. I get javelin in the back here. It takes a ton of damage. I'm going to pull up with my gorilla just to cover my retreat and get my veteran shield warrior out of there as fast as possible. And then over here, it looks like, I almost called him Larissa. Epirus is engaging. This is going to be a tough fight for Aravaki. I actually feel kind of bad for them. This is going to be really difficult because these shot cav are going to, look at that Scrutarii. Look at the damage it just took. It's nuts. Western factions, not Western factions, any faction with shot cav going up against an Iberian faction is so unfair. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about it, but yeah. So I am targeting his marines. He's pushing over here. He actually charges RDA, which completely caught me off guard. I was not expecting this, but it is a good move. Sacrifices Tarantine to get rid of my Balearic. I'm going to javelin him, though, with my veteran shield warriors. He's going to get tons of kills. Here comes the Scrutarii. They'll easily clear up this unit, and I will save my Balearics. So that could have been a bit worse than it was, so I guess I got kind of lucky there. Going to send in the veteran shield warrior against that marine, actually. I thought that was an axe warrior. Gonna get my Cantabrian Cav over here, and I'm actually gonna charge the Tarantines. Here comes this, what is this, marine. I'm gonna use my Iberian sword here to blunt. This is a throwaway unit. I can just use it wherever I want to, really. And this is where I decided to put it into play. I'm gonna get a nice javelin volley into the back of them. That was an epic volley, actually. Wow, I didn't realize it was that good. So Egypt seems to be winning. Well, actually, it's kind of close here. Bactria has a ton of calves, so if he gets his cav around Egypt, it could be pretty devastating. But Bactria's main infantry line is about to face off against Egypt, and with the help of that Royal Guard, Egypt will win that easily. And yeah, you can see it's very difficult for Aravaki to really win this. He gets a cav through, but that cav unit is just going to get very exposed, so I don't even know if sending it through there was the right move. That Iberian Spearman's dead, but obviously he doesn't really want to charge into pikemen. He needs to shoot them. But that's easier said than done. And here comes Carthage, so the fight against Rome is about to start. This Iberian sword got freaking wrecked by that Celtic warrior. I was so upset. We can play it. Over here, I do get in a fight with the Tarantines. Not how I wanted it to go, but that is exactly what I wanted to happen, if I explained that correctly. Basically, I wanted a fight to happen between the Tarantines. I just didn't want to happen then. Because I wanted my Scrutarii Cav to be right there, but it wasn't. But I'll still be able to support him. I'm shooting that marine in the flank, and this veteran shield warrior will beat this axe warrior. For some reason, my gorilla walked forward. Don't really understand why, and I still don't. And got into a fight against that Illyrian noble, but I'm just going to shoot it a bunch. And then you can see Carthage running up with Gallic warriors against these Vigiles. This is actually going to be a really tough fight for Carthage, because he's got, what, Gallic warriors against legionaries and Avocati, and I think his best unit is these noble fighters. He does have the noble fighters, though. I thought he only had, I forgot about them. But even then, Gallic warriors and Italians just die really fast. The mob had a huge influence on Carthage's history. So my opponent makes a mistake turning his flank to my rear to my slingers, but sadly I couldn't capitalize on it because none of them wanted to fire. A Carthaginian cav is going to smash into this marine, and sadly I wasn't really able to help my opponent because I had no units over here, and I realized that I'm being drawn in this direction when I should have been drawn in that direction. So I'm going to change my army situation and start bringing units over here as fast as I can, including both my nobles. Rome and Carthage are still going at it. Egypt is actually cleaning up Bactria quite nicely. That was a really rough fight for Bactria. I wasn't able to see any of that from my perspective because I was microing so hard. And Epirus is having a good time against the Aravaki here. Rome, though, is going to probably have the best engagement out of everyone here and do tons of damage. These Avocati are just going to true. Even the legionary cohorts actually are going to have a field day against these Gallic warriors. Gallic warriors aren't bad, but they're still a pretty decent unit, but against legionaries they're just not going to win in the end. This noble fighter, though, is a deadly unit and needs to be watched out by Rome. Carthage is trying to find a place to use his elephant, but that's really difficult in our scenario. I'm going to actually use a fight over here. I'm going to pin down this Evocati and Sakiai Equite with my Scutarii Cav. Going to use another Scutarii Cav to hit him in the rear. And look at this, I got 4 units pinned down here. This is really bad for the enemy team. And I'm going to charge them with a Lusitani Noble. That is really bad because all these units are just going to die really fast. And they're getting shot. Here comes my general with Headhunt and Battle Rhythm. He is going to be a beast on the field. This is where I love Lusitani Nobles. They die so fast, but they get tons of kills. And with Battle Rhythm and Headhunt, they'll get so many more, and that'll second win them when they're tired. Problem is, though, I am getting shot a little bit. My general's really exposed. Honestly, he shouldn't have been there. But look at how much damage he's doing to that Noble Hoplite. Here comes another one, though. So that was a good switch out by my opponent to pin my general down even longer than I wanted it to. Gonna strike the rear of these Evocati. That should do a lot of morale damage. Carthage is struggling here, but he says the numbers. He's running his elephant away because he doesn't want to get shot. Epirus is pushing Aravaki back. So now, really, Carthage just needs to find a place to use his elephants, and if it's used successfully, then he could break Rome here. But the problem is Rome still has so many skirmishers. Carthage did not clean them up well enough. Evocati is losing, but now my unit's tired, so my stats aren't as good. And I did second win my general, so he's fresh again. But you can see he is going to get charged in the rear here, and he's going to take a lot of damage. That was a really bad javelin volley. Well, for me. For my opponent, it was really good. So I clear up the Tarentines over there, and now I'm swinging everything I have over in this direction. But you can see I don't really have a lot of melee forces left. I just have a bunch of slingers. Well, I mean, I still have my general and this Lusitani Noble, but they're getting worn down very quickly here. Here comes the elephant. It's killing some legionary cohorts, but those are archers and slingers right there. But actually, a cav unit is able to stop them from firing. I didn't get to see what happened during the actual game with the elephant, so I guess we'll see it now. Here it comes into these. What is this? Evocati and a noble fighter. So that's a good use of them there. So they're gonna get good kills on these units, and with the help of that Hellenic Royal Cav, they will easily clear them up. And he's trying to get into the Roman infantry. He gets into the legionary. He gets slightly javelin there, but it's fine. He's going to charge into the Evocati and Vigile. He needs to get that. Yeah, they're going to get crushed there, though. Oh, God. That's not bad. Obviously, it's towards the ends of the game, though, so they're not really playing a huge role in the actual battle. And you can see I am still struggling against RDA. My general's dead now, so all my units are going to have crappy performance. And they're already really tired, so that's even going to be worse. This Axe Warrior is going to get absolutely demolished, though. But I am doing a good job at cleaning up all the skirmishers of the RDA. As I say that, though, I am completely out of ammo. I'm trying to use my cav as efficiently as possible to help out my Lusitani Noble here, but it's kind of a sticky situation to say the least. I get a good charge though here, and here come all the freaking lightly armored slingers in the world, bearing down on this fight. 3 Iberian slingers, completely out of ammo, just gonna pin down this Illyrian Hoplite. They're gonna get wrecked, but it was funny. I just wanted to get them in there for fun. They'll probably kill like 3 guys and then I'll rout. That Illyrian Noble though should get cleaned up pretty quickly, and I do have some ammunition left on, what is this? and 31 Iberian slingers. Gonna charge that slave slinger there. And Rome is gonna get finally beaten here after standing quite long. And then it's just gonna be a bunch of Illyrian noble hoplites left that I'm going to struggle to actually finish off, because I don't really have a whole lot of good infantry left myself. If my general was alive, I could have second winded this unit, and that would have helped out a lot, because he's exhausted right now, so he sucks in terms of his combat performance. So yeah, if my general was alive, I would have second winded him. And then I charge his general, actually. Probably not a good idea, because I'm probably going to take more casualties. Yeah, I'm getting absolutely decimated here. But I just held him in place long enough for my Lusitani noble to get in combat. I used Headhunt again. And that'll be the end there. So that was a pretty fun one. I don't use Lusitani often. I just don't really... Like, I like the faction. I like the history of the faction for sure, but it's just it's hard to use them because I feel like they're kind of one of the worst barbarian factions. They have no armor, don't really have good cavalry. Now the Yaravaki are fun. I love the Yaravaki. I don't know why I don't play them more. I probably will actually, now that I remember that they exist. The Yaravaki are a fun faction. I do like them, but I probably like the history of the factions way more than I actually do of their units. My dogs are having a WWE wrestling match in the background. So Egypt, his general absolutely got demolished from something. Same with that citizen cav, though the other 3 cav units did really nice. Egyptian slingers not bad. Thorax swords, 4 of them doing really nice. Galatian swords doing alright. Galatian Royal Guard doing great, and then the Levy spears did a really good job in that battle. Bactria's general did pretty good. His noble cav didn't do bad. Well, 2 of them. Scythians did pretty bad, actually. Slingers doing alright, but this Hillman got 88 kills somehow. And his infantry did not perform the greatest there. I think he got overstretched on his flank, that's for sure. That's what I saw. And his cav wasn't really able to support the main infantry battle. My general did pretty good there. One of the Cantabrian cav did nice. 2 of the Scrutarii cav doing really good. Slingers all around doing pretty good. Really, they saved my butt there, because if I didn't have them, those slave slingers would have eradicated my units. Iberian sword doing okay. One of the guerrillas did alright. None of them, actually, though, used their javelins correctly. I think one of them might have got some good shots on an axe warrior, but that was it. None of them used their javelins correctly. This Lusitani noble doing great, though. 162 kills and 2 chevrons. That's really good. And then these 4 veteran shield warriors doing nice. So you can see Lusitani has nice infantry, but as soon as they get mildly exposed, they just start dropping. RDA's general did fantastic. Illyrian cav, not too bad. Tarentines, not the greatest. Slave slingers, though, they did pretty nice, considering they were up against 5 of my slingers, and I really should have killed them earlier. This Illyrian hoplite did alright. The Marine, one of them getting 92 kills on his chevron's good, and these Illyrian nobles, 2 of them did good. And then the Axe Warriors, not so much, and this Celtic Warrior did actually get some good kills. Epirus's cav, actually not doing as good as I thought. His general did nice, and this one did okay, and I guess the Italian did good. Slingers not doing that great when I thought they would have, considering what they were up against. Etruscan hoplite is not doing bad. Levy pikemen doing freaking great. Italian swords doing pretty nice, and Samnites doing good. Balash dogs, we didn't get to see him on the battlefield because it was just too chaotic. But I'm almost certain these were sent in against skirmishers, because this player always brings dogs, and they always get to your skirmishers. And they get freaking loads of kills. Aravaki's cav not doing the greatest, and this Cantabrian cav, though, getting 105 kills is really nice. Slingers not the greatest. Iberian spears not too good. I think Aravaki struggled there against his matchup, which is understandable. Aravaki against frickin' Epirus sucks. You don't want to play an Iberian faction against a faction with a good shot cav. Carthage's elephants did pretty nice there, but they they didn't really have a huge effect on the battle, but they still got 206 kills. Carthaginian Cav, alright. Balearic Slingers not doing that good. I think they just kind of got out-skirmished, which is quite surprising because Rome's skirmishers didn't get any kills. Late Libyan Hoplites, 2 of them did pretty good. Gallic Warriors doing alright there. Italian Swords not so much, but the Noble Fight is getting tons of kills. We're doing fantastic, actually. Empress's Rome's Cav not doing the greatest there. Skirmishers, same. Avocati didn't really... Oh, wait. 278 kills. I couldn't see that one. I was about to say they didn't do too good, but no, that Avocati did great. The other 3, not doing so much. I know one of them was up against my noble, so that's understandable. I don't know what the other 2 were fighting. Then there's the legionary cohorts doing better than the Avocati, actually, and getting pretty good kills, considering their price. And then, obviously, Vigiles just dying. So yeah, maybe I'll play the Iberian factions more. Like I said, I do love their history. I absolutely love the Aravaki and Lusitani's history. It's fantastic. Probably some of my favorite. Viriatus is definitely one of my favorite commanders in history. Awesome guy. So yeah, that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.